So here's the rear camera on the iPhone 8. This device has been around for quite some time now. And phones like this are phones that you should actually consider grabbing if you're thinking about getting into the Apple ecosystem, because you can get them at a much lower cost. You don't have to pick up the latest device from Apple to get good performance. And this is something that you guys should have taken note of a long time ago. This phone will get all the latest updates. The battery life and everything is still going to be fantastic on it. Apple sells them brand new. Carriers might still sell them brand new, obviously. But you can definitely find great deals on these devices. So going to get into a review here of the iPhone 8 in 2019. Now, I've always felt like this phone had an advantage, or all the older iPhones had an advantage over the newer iPhones because it has the fingerprint reader down there. And I absolutely think that is a huge bonus for people getting into the Apple ecosystem. You get the older system that they were on, and it still works flawlessly. Now, this has that 4.7-inch display with that crazy resolution. Reality is, it looks fantastic. You see it next to here for the iPhone 10. Both of these look really good. They're about the same. But the phone that you're getting here with the iPhone 8 is still very fluid, very fast. This is something that you can expect from Apple, man. And I just would not expect you to get a bad run or a bad deal with performance on an iPhone 8 or an 8 Plus, whichever you decide to pick up. Both of these models, the 8 and the 8 Plus, they're getting all of the latest updates. And this is just a good deal when you think about the pricing. Now, my pricing for the iPhone 8 with my military discount is extremely low. So if I ever ran into a situation where I needed a device, I could grab one of these. If this iPhone were to break and I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money, because I don't have insurance on devices anymore, I've just been putting them in nice cases and putting a tempered glass on it and just living the life with it. This is the same iPhone 10 from, I don't know, from the original. This is the original iPhone 10, and it's got the same skin on there, new case, but tempered glass been replaced. But still, the device is holding up very well, and I don't anticipate it being bad. If you were to get the iPhone 8 or some of the iPhone 7, I would go so far as back as the iPhone 7 as well. But the 8 is where you're getting kind of the newer side of Apple. It still has this home button down there, where some people would say it's bad, and it also has the larger bezels on the top and bottom, where some people would say it's bad. But I personally feel like this is a great device. Nice pocketable phone, great battery life. I mean, it's got the wireless charging, it's got the stereo speakers. It is just an all-around really nice package that Apple offered. You got the water resistance on here too. I really like this device. It's a nice phone, and then the cameras on here are absolutely great. There's nothing about these cameras that you won't be getting that you're getting over here. So basically, these are the same performing cameras. This one may have a little bit better quality, but you still get 4K at 60 FPS, which I think is very impressive. And that is something in its own is nice for the price range that you're getting on these devices. Now, with that being said, there could be some drawbacks. This is an all glass phone, so you're gonna have to keep it in a beautiful case. Now I have a nice Cena case here that it's just completely broken in. This is one of the best leather cases I've ever used. It's a sturdy case, but it's a leather case, and it's really, really nice. You can tell it's nice and broken in over the time, but it's really nice. It'll protect your device. You choose which case you want to protect your phone with. I'm just saying that that case is one of my favorites for the iPhone 8. Now, the iPhone 8 itself is a fragile phone. I've broken iPhone 8 Pluses before. They didn't fall very far and they shattered, which is why I'm advising you to go ahead and grab a case of some sort. You're gonna need it. But the screen is beautiful. Everything about this phone, I think, is hot, man. I think it's really nice and it's still doable. Battery life is good, if I didn't say that already, which I'm pretty sure I did. Not having a headphone jack doesn't bother me because, you know, obviously I'm using AirPods with them. So that's another thing about the Apple ecosystem. Everything just kind of syncs up wirelessly. And it's just a huge plus, man. This is the good thing about the Apple products, is that they just work together. So you can take calls on this, take calls on your iPad if your phone rings, take calls on your Mac if your phone rings. That is the Apple ecosystem. And a lot of people want to get into the Apple ecosystem, but they don't want to spend a lot of money. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, the iPhone 8 is a great option. It's not just, and you notice I'm not naming a carrier because the phone is one that you can probably get. Like right now, I think they're offering an iPhone 7 for 50 bucks on a port-in on Metro. I believe it is a 32 gig 7, but I'll leave it up to you to decide which iPhone you want to grab. I'm just telling you the iPhone 8 in 2019 is a very strong option for a lot of people. I mean, the pricing is absolutely great on this. Some companies might even give this away for free. Who knows? I don't know. But my military pricing on this, and I say that because my military pricing is really good for nearly everything that I buy at the Apple Store. Huge discounts on computers too, and phones is really, really good. And then if I have a trade-in or some sort, the phones are pennies on the dollar, you know what I'm saying? So the iPhone 8 is a very, very strong option still. You can grab it for under 600 bucks, I believe, at the Apple Store, or right at 600. I'm not sure, but my discount is well under that price. But I'm done teasing you about my discount. But the phone itself, man, I want to give you an update because I have been using this for the last 2 months, and it's absolutely great, man. Battery life is good. It's strong. And it's really nice. I really like the compact size of it too. It's nice to have an iPhone that's really small in size, you know, that you can just throw into any pocket. And then even with the case being on the phone, it's still super compact, man. And that's just a huge plus. You get everything about an iPhone at a lower cost. And I'm sure when the iPhone 11 comes out in a couple of months, the price on this one will go down even farther. And you won't believe what I can get an iPhone 7 for. Again, I'm done teasing you. But this will probably drop down to being the lower. I don't think they're going to discontinue the iPhone 7. They might, but this will probably drop down to being the lower iPhone, like the entry-level iPhone, knowing Apple. And this phone is great. When did this phone come out? This phone came out, what, a couple years ago? Let me get into a browser window real quick before I get out of here and go to Apple and see when this phone actually released. I think this phone has been out for at least 2 years or more. iPhone 8, here it is. Yeah, this phone came out in 2017. So this is a great option if you still want to get into it. I mean, you got that 12 megapixel and you've got the IP67. You've got a lot going on here, man. The stereo speakers are totally awesome. There's just a lot to like. Did I say this thing had wireless charging? I'm pretty sure I did. The things that Apple added, you know, to this is really, really nice. But you're still getting that great performance that you're going to get on some of the iPhones that are newer. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you what you decide to do. But I'm telling you, the iPhone 8 is still a great option, folks. It's your man Jay. I'm out.